what it really do again. Welcome back to the channel. As always, you better be having a good day. Shit. Now with that being said, for you guys today I have Bystial Dogmatika, Bystial, whatever you want to call it. Shout out to my guy Minato-san over here, aka Naruto. That's what I'm calling you, bro, because if you're man, I don't gotta explain myself. So with that being said, again, it's a 41 card deck list. I'm gonna go over the deck list and everything at the end of the video as per usual. Also, I have 5 replays. Let me know if you guys like longer videos with more replays, or if you guys just want to see maybe 3 good replays in one video and just leave it at like 20-25 minutes. Let me know your opinion, because I get frustrated trying to pick the replays that I want to pick, because I want to show you everything. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. Enough talking. Let's get into them replays. Alright, gang, here we are for the numero uno replay of the today. And this replay was against Spright. It was a really interesting replay, so I wanted to show it to you first because it goes loco. So again, we're gonna go second, so our opponent's gonna start off by normal summoning a carrot, special summoning a rare because they gotta start coloring. Then they're gonna special summon another carrot because they're extra healthy on their salad, bro. Now with both of these monsters, you know what you gotta do. You gotta start sprinting. Bring yourself onto the field, activate that thing's effect, send a nimble angler to the graveyard, activate that thing's effect so you can special summon 2 beavers. With both of these monsters only right, 32 liters, 13 ounces, gigantic Spright. Bring it onto the field, activate that thing's effect, bring a blue onto the field because you're still coloring, your canvas is bigger now. Get yourself a jet because you have wings. With both of these monsters, you're gonna link up into the Spright of the elves. Start elfing. Bring the jet onto the field because you gotta start flying. Get yourself a double cross because they're gonna try and cross me. Never that. Activate the Spright elf. Bring yourself the red onto the field because your canvas is not done. You still gotta paint a picture. And with both of these monsters, you're gonna go into the IP Mascarenita. Set down 2 back rows and your turn. Oh my god, bro. That is terrifying. Bet. So here I'm gonna activate my Bystial Muhammad, trying to get the jet, which I was trying to bait out the Spright elf. But they're going to activate the Spright red, sending the gigantic Spright 32 ounces into the graveyard. That way they can negate and pop my monster. I'm going to activate the Serenir. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I legitimately thought that I had no chance of winning this game until here, because I was just having fun activating stuff. So I'm like, okay, bet. I'm going to activate my Baldrake. We wasted 2 activations, but so did they. So this is where the game starts for real, right? Bring this thing onto the field, banish that thing. This thing technically gets negated. This thing gets negated and popped. Get it out of my face. And nothing happens, right? I'm going to activate my Branded Regain, activate my Diviner Hero of Arc Light, send the Hero of Arc Light into the graveyard. That way I can start getting my plays going. No, this man has my whole phone number, so he calls by the grave my Hero of Arc Light. Banish it, but I'm kind of okay with that because now I get to draw a card, right? Activate the Branded Regain, bring my Arc Light back into the deck, and I draw into another Bystial card. And here is where it gets cuckoo loco, right? What? So I use my 2 level 6 monsters to bring this thing onto the field, and they're gonna activate the IP Mascarenita. And no, bro, they're not playing Evermax. They don't have Evermax in the deck at all, so they activate the Nightmare Unicorn. I'm gonna activate my Branded Regain, bring the Bahamut back onto the field. They're gonna get rid of the Ash Blossom to send this thing back into the deck. So now I was going, basically, if you're wondering why I went into that, it's because I am playing this thing, so I could have special summoned this thing with the dragon that we just had on the field, right? So I'm gonna activate my Muhammad's effect so I can get a dragon next turn. I'm gonna banish the IP Masquerena to bring my Dreamstrom onto the field. Activate my Nadir Servant, sending a Fossil Skull wagon to the graveyard. That way I could get myself a Ecclesia, right? I'm gonna activate the wagon, trying to pop out that back row, which we know what it is already. They're gonna activate the double cross, trying to cross me, and I'm like, I already told you, bro. Never that. You could have that for all I care. Pop that thing in the face. Activate my Ecclesia, get the Ecclesia going, get myself a Dogmatika Matrix, activate the Matrix, get myself a Dogmatika Albasoa, get myself a Dogmatika Calamity, right? Bring that thing onto the field, activate the Calamity, send the red Supreme Dragon to the graveyard, and then we're gonna start getting crazy with the Dogmatika Albasoa. Bring it onto the field, activate that thing's effect. They gotta send all that thing back into the extra deck and get rid of this thing. I send their other copy of the gigantic Spright, because if you don't have 2 of these, you might as well go home, right? So I'm gonna pop this thing in the face one time for the one time. pop this thing in the face too, pop him in the face again for 2500, and that's all I got. I still have 2 of my yo, this is ridiculous. I still have 2 bestial monsters. This thing is unaffected by anything that comes from the extra deck. So they activate the Deep Sea Diva, which is crazy. So I'm gonna bring my Drillstone back onto the field. I'm gonna activate my Baldrake to banish the blue. And now, even if they go into anything from the extra deck, which wouldn't matter, I get to banish it, right? So they bring the other Deep Sea. They go and try and start elfing again. And I'm like, oh, brother. Like, come on now. Activate the Baldrake. Get the Ecclesia out of here. Just so I could get you out of here. They're going to bring the Deep Sea Diva back onto the field. And this is where you got to start playing that music. You fought hard, brother. But you did not have that Avermax. Avermax, I don't even know. I don't know how we would have got rid of that thing. But play Avermax in your Spright deck, bro. Wait, no, don't play it. Unless if you're playing against me, don't play that thing. Everybody else, do your thing. Let's go into the next replay. All right, gang. Here we are for the numero dos, number 2 replay of the 2 days. And this one was against Exosisters. And you guys know that I'm certified with the sisters all over the world. It's just who I am. But people don't listen to me. It is what it is. Also, we are going second once again, right? And yeah, they're gonna start off by normal summoning the Stella, right? Activate that thing's effect, getting themselves a Sophia. Sophia is gonna allow them to draw a card because they have an Exosister monster on the field. Then with both of these monsters, they're gonna go into the Caspatel, activate that thing's effect, activate its second effect, send the Sophia to the graveyard. I'm gonna activate my Bystial Muhammad, right? And you might be wondering why I did this. I'm actually doing this on purpose, right? Because I am certified with the sisters. Bring this thing onto the field. They're going to get the Martha. I already know what they're going to do. I'm going to activate this thing's effect. They activate Forbidden Droplet, sending a Illist to the graveyard, which I don't know if it was that important for me to get another dragon for them to do this. I don't know why they felt it was that important, but they did. So they negate that thing, activate the Martha, bring it onto the field, get an Illist onto the field again. And with both of these monsters, they're going to go into the Exosister Michaelis, right? Bring her out onto the field. And I already knew they were going to do this. Activate that thing's effect, get yourself a spell. And then they're going to activate a second effect to banish my Muhammad. I'm going to activate my Serenir. I'm basically trying to fish like, bro, I'm playing this crazy and you don't even know. Special summon this thing onto the field, right? They're going to banish that thing. And with both of these monsters, they're going to go into the Exosister Magnifica. And this is what I was trying to do. I was trying to get them to get rid of the material out of this thing. Because they're going to be, look, they're going to be tempted, bro. People get tempted, you got to bait them out. I don't care about that. So they're going to banish that thing. I'm going to get a Dogmatika Matrix. I'm going to get my Ecclesia. They're going to activate this thing's effect, right? So basically, instead of saving their banish for this turn, they're going to send this thing back into the extra deck. That way they can special summon their Michaelis back onto the field so they have another banish, right? At this point, I knew that they were basically relying on this thing's banish and their back row. So I'm okay with that. Activate my Ecclesia, get myself my Albazoa, right? Activate the Dogmatika Matrix, get myself a Dogmatika Calamity, and get myself a Dogmatika Punishment, just in case I have to punish my opponent for real. And here I'm going to activate the Call by the Grave, getting rid of the Martha, because just in case they do get to play again, that is the most important card. And this is where we see the Returnia and the Vadis, which I already knew. I told you, bro. They're going to bring 2 Exorcist monsters onto the field. They're going to banish my Dogmatika Matrix, banish my Ecclesia. Again, Call by the Grave is going to take care of that Martha, so they can't use it next turn, right? And then I'm going to send the Red Supreme Dragon into the graveyard. And then we're going to go into my Albazoa, right? Bring it out into the field. They're going to activate the Sophia, activate the Irene. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm going to activate my Floralis, Floreries, whatever you want to call this thing. Special summon onto the field. And I'm just going to negate one of these. Get it out of here. You're not doing anything with that. Now with this one monster, they get to Exceed Summon into the Caspatel again. I'm like, okay, bet. Congratulations. Congratulations. That thing gets negated. This thing's going to activate its effect. This thing's going to activate its effect. But by this point in time, both of these monsters are unaffected by anything. Look, bro. Let's read. Cannot, blah, 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 more. The Dogmatika monsters you control are unaffected by the activated effects of your opponent Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster. So this thing could not banish this thing at this point in time. I activate this thing's effect. They gotta get rid of a bunch of cards, right? I'm gonna activate this thing's second effect, giving myself the attack boost that I deserve. Slap that thing in the face and slap this other monster. Now you're probably wondering, why did I leave the Caspatel? Caspatel can still search out for a monster, But look, bro, I know this deck so well that I knew they were gonna search out for a Martha, bro. Which is dumb because I called by the grave that thing 30 years ago. I had your number. I activated the Dogmatika. I'm about to pop him in the face. And they're gonna scoop. I'm certified with Decklist. Let's go into the next replay. Alright, familia, here we are for the numero 3 replay of the day. That's number 3 for you, bro. And this one was against Swordsoul. I believe we did go first, and I'm really happy to show you this replay because it shows this nice little board that we can make with this deck, which is nice. So here I'm gonna activate my Branded Regain, then I'm gonna activate the Bystial Rebellion, send that thing to the graveyard. It's gonna get Ash Blossom, of course, as per usual. That's okay though. That's okay. We still have plays. So here I'm gonna activate my Sereneer, banishing that thing. That way I can draw a card from it, bring it back into my deck, right? Boop, boop. I get it called by the grave. I'm gonna get my Divine Herald, sending the Herald of Arclight to the graveyard. That way I can search out my Albazoa. And then with 2 level 6, I'm gonna go into my this thing, because I can't speak English. And then I'm gonna activate the Bystial Sereneer, right? That's gonna allow me to send a Bystial Rebellion back into the graveyard, right? And here, I goofed. I wasn't supposed to activate this. I was supposed to set it because when you set it, it's gonna activate this thing's effect, right? But unfortunately, I activated it, bro. So I get rid of the Ash Blossom. This was a mistake. So now I'm gonna set this thing to activate this thing's effect, which is what I was trying to do, so I could special summon the Crystal Wing Synchro. So now we have a negate, right? Then I'm gonna activate the Dogmatika Calamity, sending the Red Supernova to the graveyard. That way I could get my Albazoa onto the field. Bring it out here. Then we're gonna activate the Bystial Rebellion, sending this thing to the graveyard so I can special summon it, activate its effect, set my trap, activate this thing's effect, get him to banish 6 cards from the extra deck. This deck is so crazy. So here they're gonna normal summon their own Ecclesia. I'm gonna activate my Branded Regain, well, they special summon that thing actually. So again, I'm gonna activate the Branded Regain to bring the Sereneer back onto the field. They're gonna special summon the Moyi. Moyi is gonna activate. They're gonna show us that they have the Taya, right? They have a normal summon, so I don't know where they show me that. I'm gonna activate the Beast, sending the Rebellion so I could pop this thing. Then they're gonna normal summon another Moyi, and I'm like, okay, bet. They get the strategist onto the hand. They're gonna activate the strategist, and here, bro, I should have 100%, 1000% stopped this right here. But for some reason, I kept thinking about the fact that they could activate this thing to still get a token onto the field, but it shouldn't have mattered. I should have stopped this here because it would have stopped the level 10 place regardless, but I didn't, right? Because I'm a goofball. I'm just a burger. So with both of these monsters, they are going to synchro summon into the Swordsoul Grandmaster Qing Yao. Bring it out here. They're going to activate that thing's effect, activating the Moyi. Moyi is going to allow them to draw a card. Poop. This thing is going to allow them to search out a Swordsoul card. They're going to get the Sacred Summit, right? Activate the Sacred Summit. They're going to bring the Taya back onto the field. Activate the Taya's effect, banishing one of their Worm monsters. They're going to get another token. With token and token, they're going to get a Severin Cheng Ying onto the field, right? Then they're going to activate the strategies, burning me for 1,200. They're going to pop this thing in the face, right? And I'm like, okay, congratulations. Now, the main reason why I hadn't activated this thing negates either was just in case they did wanted to banish a card and activate this. I could have stopped it with this. But then he decides to go with the Cheng Ying to try and pop me in the face, not knowing that I'm going to get his attack. He's going to get bodied and destroyed, and this man is just going to be sad and scoop. Read, bro. Read it. Just read the card. They were so. We gotta start reading, brothers. I mean, I don't read sometimes, so I don't blame him. Let's go into the next replay or deck list. I don't know which one we'll have time for, but let's get it. Nah. Listen, bro. This replay right here, you have to see this replay. You might want to share this replay with your friends. This is how crazy this replay is. Like, this is. This place crazy, bro. So we are gonna go first, right? So here I'm gonna activate my Diviner, sending the Herald of Arclight to the graveyard. That way I can activate its effect, searching out my Albazoa. Then I'm gonna activate my Dogmatika Matrix, getting myself a Dogmatika Membrace. I'm gonna activate the Deerstrom, banishing a Herald of Arclight so I can special summon that thing onto the field. And with 2 level 6, we're gonna go into the Ultimate Torso King, right? Now watch the craziness, bro, right? So here I'm gonna special summon the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, right? Now we have a negate. Then I'm gonna activate the Dogmatika Calamity, right? And I'm gonna get rid of the token. That way I can special summon my Albasaur, right? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Bring it onto the field. I'm gonna activate that thing's effect. They gotta basically get rid of about 6 cards. So they chose to get rid of one from the hand and then all of the other cards from the extra deck, right? Then I'm gonna get rid of the Sever Chain Ying. I'm gonna activate this thing's effect. That way I can send the Tinklet, the Ash Dragon, right? And the reason why I do this is because at the end of the turn, I can get myself a Florderies, which is another monster negate if this thing is on the field, right? So here I'm gonna activate the Max C. They're gonna activate the Call by the Grave, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm like, okay, yay. Usually that's what you use Max C for anyways, unless they don't have it, then you win the game. Trash. So that thing is about it and negated, right? Then they're gonna activate the Fossil Machine's Code Buggy. That way they could get a Flink Cager. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck? This is an Adamancipator deck, bro. They're gonna activate the Adamancipator Analyzer. So I'm gonna activate my Florderies to negate that thing. Then they're gonna activate the Venusaur Flourishing Hills, right? Send that thing to the graveyard. And this is where I was thinking, I'm like, what are the odds that you have another Venusaur card? Impossible, because you already did this. It's negated. It's your normal summon, and you activated this thing. I'm gonna negate it, right? I'm thinking it's free real estate. It's GG's. We got it in the bag. No, bro, the bag is broken. This thing's gonna activate, but it's negated. But they have another Venusaur card. They're gonna send both of these monsters to the graveyard, send another rock monster, special summon the supplier, activate. Listen, bro, I'm not even gonna go over all of this because I want to show you this. They're gonna get a Fossil Fusion, then they're gonna get another rock monster. With both of these, they're gonna start sheeping. Bring the sheep onto the field, banishing 2 cards, bring this thing onto the field, right? Activate that thing's effect, bring another Skull monster onto the field. They're gonna go into the Cannon Grand Knight. Now, whenever you see this card in any rock deck, you know what's happening, right? Block Dragon. Now they're gonna do a bunch of Block Dragon shenanigans, special summon this thing onto the field, getting themselves an Appaloosa. They're gonna activate the thing's effect, searching out 50,000 cards. This man is shuffling so many cards, he might as well be a casino player. Look at this. Send this guy to the casino. Send him to Vegas, bro, with all this shuffling, right? They're gonna bring all of this onto the field. They're gonna get Victoria Beast. Activate. Look at this shuffling, bro. Shuffling, bring. Shuffling, special summon. Shuffling, bring it onto the field. Baron the floor. Abyss Dweller. More. Bring it onto the field. Bring it onto the field. Now here, they go into the Gigantus. They're gonna slap themselves onto the face. That way they can legitimately get rid of my whole back row, right? Pop it. Then they're gonna slap my Flurries in the face. And they can't really do anything else, but they're gonna link off into the IP Masqueradita, right? I'm like, okay. Right. Then they're gonna activate the Crusader, flipping this thing upside down. They're gonna banish 8 more cards to bring this thing onto the field. Did you see that? Did you wanna borrow my glasses, bro? You saw everything that just happened? You did. Okay, right. Let's go. So I have a pancake. I'm gonna flip my pancake, activate my pancake. They're gonna activate the Appaloosa. This thing is unaffected. Send everything you got into the extra deck. Get myself a White Relic of Dogmatika. I was about to OTK this, man. There is no way you brought out this whole board of death just for me to flip a pancake and destroy your whole career. This is ridiculous. Let's go into the deck list, bro. Alright, gang, here we are for the deck list portion of the video. I had a really good Black Wings replay where I ended up winning without. I had 100 life points, bro, and I ended up winning. It was crazy. But the video is too long, so I won't show it to you. Maybe I'll show it to you some other time. But with that being said, we are running 3 Maxis, 3 Nightmare Corrupt Iblis, 3 Divided Hero of Arclight, 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Dogmatika Ecclesias, 1 Bystial Muhammad, 2 Bystial Sereneer, because we do want to get this thing onto the field, because we banished Dark and Light monsters for a combo, so drawing a card out for this is really nice. So we run 2 of those, then we run 1 Deershroom, 1 Bystial Baldrake, 1 Florderies, 1 Dogmatika Maximus. This thing is a really good card because this is another way of banishing or getting rid of cards from your opponent's extra deck too. 1 Asian. This thing is really good. Please play this if you're gonna play this, because this is your recovery. You could activate this thing's effect, and you could bring this thing back to the hand and bring it back onto the field, whichever way you want to, right? Then two, the Bystial Lubellions, again for a little Bystial Dogmatika, Bystial package. One White Relic of Dogmatika. This thing is essential for OTK, and I love this card. It's really fun to do. White Knight of Dogmatika. This is another way of ripping extra deck cards from your opponent's extra deck. Then we have one Dogmatika Albasaur. This is your main boss monsters. Two Nadir Servants. Again, this could be your main starter as well. Just make sure that you're doing this right. You gotta read this card, because sometimes I did send this thing into the graveyard with it, and then the only two cards that I could get were these two. So be careful with that. Then I do have two Dogmatika Calamities and one Dogmatika Membrace. Dogmatika Membrace is another way to recover this thing from the graveyard. Also, it's gonna allow you to go into any one of these things as well if you want to. So I've been having a hard time between deciding if I wanna sorry about that. Whether I want to keep this thing at 2 or bring this thing up to 2 and bring this thing to 1. So think about that and choose however you want to play that. Branded Regain, again for a Bystial package, we can draw cards off of that. Dogmatika Matrix, this is technically your starter. This is a really amazing card, especially going second, so I really like that. 2 Call by the Graves, because, you know, Call by the Grave reasons. Dogmatika Punishment, just in case you have to punish your opponent by popping cards on the field, right? Then Branded Beast, again for your Bystial package. Then I have one Elder Entity NTS. I only have one copy of this thing, so that's why I run it at 1, but I'm actually okay with running it at 1 anyways. Fossil Bar Skull Knight. This is my way of popping a monster. Sorry about that. This is my way of popping a monster on the field. Then my Fossil Machine Skull Wagon. This is my way of popping a spell on the field. Garura the Wings. Again, this is just to draw a card during your combo if you want to. Tinkerland the Ash Dragon. You're gonna send that thing to the graveyard, but at the end of your main phase, you get yourself to bring this thing onto the hand, so you have a negate on your opponent's turn, right? Groudle the Dragon. Again, this is gonna get you another Dogmatika monster on the field if you need it. Or you could play a branded monster in here instead of playing any one of the other ones, and then you could special summon that thing. Then we got 2 Herald of Arclight. Honestly speaking, bro, I like running this at 3. Running this at 3 is way better for the grind game, just in case they actually manage to play. Like I was playing against this branded player. I got rid of his whole extra deck and still got washed, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Branded is ridiculous. Branded loss is crazy. Anyways, yeah, then we have one Wing Pegasus Ignister. I did use this thing a few times where they destroy one of my monsters. I sent one of the fusion monsters back into the extra deck. I think it was the Predator Plant Dragon. Then Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because when you get this thing onto the field and then you set down a spell, you can special summon this thing. It's crazy crockiness, right? Then Red Supernova Dragon. Again, I actually like using this thing now, because if they Bystial this thing, then I'm gonna Bystial it to bring my Bystial onto the field, so it doesn't matter that it's a dark monster now. Then we have one this thing, which basically says that if this thing is in the graveyard, you can negate the effect of one face of monster on the field, which is really good. Going second, you can send that thing in there, negate anything, a Lubellion or something that's about to activate or whatever, then you're good. Secure Granda. This is a part of your combo. When you when you link summon this, then you link summon into that, and then you can make your combo that way. Usually that's the combo that you do with your Evil, right? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you do, again, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe for the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any comment, questions, and concerns, comment section below. I always reply. I love replying to you guys' comments. That's what I like to do. And that's pretty much it for the video. Again, continue having a great day, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Peace. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the store is in the description below. Forgot to say that. Say it now. Get it. I'm out.